What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. New Marincess support was revealed yesterday, like 8 or 9 cards have been revealed. Not all the cards are here in the main deck, most of them are quite solid, some of them are not that fantastic, but as a whole, the Archetype is definitely very promising, has potential again for the basically tier 1 decks, but again it needs more, but it's a start, right? A new level 4 Blue Tang, I believe the name is, again I think the best starter card the deck has. The deck got a field spell, their only spell for example, it's searchable by a new Link 1, so basically a failings for the deck upon Link Summon, right? They got a new quote-unquote boss monster, a Link 4. The Link 4 has a capability that, let's say if it attacks an opponent's monster, you can special summon one of your Marincess monsters that are attached to it. So how are they attached? That's thanks to the field spell. The field spell has the capability of, as soon as you Link summon into the extra monster zone, you can start attaching up to 3 Marincess monsters from your graveyard to that particular Link monster, right? And it's only the Link 4 that has a capability of potentially special summoning an attached monster, Marincess Link monster to it, right? Anyway, so as you know, one of the advantages or the strengths of the Marincess Archetype is that resource management wise, the Archetype is quite fantastic. The level 4 Blue Tang is basically the Armageddonite of the deck, or also the Stratos, indirectly as Stratos. You can foolish anything from your deck to the graveyard. Most of the time that will be your level 4. Again, your level 4 is also one of those very important key cards, and as you know, the deck has multiple capabilities, multiple options to eventually go into the Link 3, basically by one card if you don't have any follow-up play, just ending with the Link 3, and here in this case, because you were also able to search out the field spell, use the field spell, but only attach the Link 2, since the Link 2 has the capability to, if your Link 3 somehow is destroyed or being kaiju'd or whatever, the attached Link 2 will trigger get something back from your graveyard. So there is of course the Paleozoic hybrid and of course the Frog hybrid as well. It's needed, go only focused on Marincess is definitely not enough, right? Just again, one of normal summon of your Blue Tang. Blue Tang also has a pot of duality excavation effect when it's sent to the graveyard. If you reveal a Marincess card, you can get it to your hand. Again, very similar to, I guess, Salomon Greats, right? Anyway, there is a Link 4, and thanks to the field spell, I can attach up to 3 Link monsters to it, but outside of this, and that's also one of the new Link monsters, is Crystal Heart. I believe the name is a new Link 2. Not a fantastic card, but Crystal Heart makes it so that when your new Link 2, the most left here, right, to the field spell, when she is used to call for a Link summon for a Marincess monster to the extra monster zone, that monster could potentially get the Towers alike effect, so unaffected by any card effect. Small downside is that it will only work if you control the field spell, and that's the problem, right? There are so many options to get rid of the field spell, like Phoenix or Unicorn, Twin Twister or whatever, and then, well, your like quote-unquote a boss in your extra monster zone will not get the Towers treatment, even though you used your Crystal Heart, I believe the name is. Anyway, so try to search the field spell, it gets Ash Blossomed, that's fine, have the Swap Frog as a follow-up play. I mean, if you have, let's say, any normal summon Marincess, preferably Blue Tang, the level 4, or the level 3, if you have another follow-up play in the form of a water monster, you can do so much more. Let's say by going for, let's say Swap Frog for example, of course ending with totally awesome as well, or, going for the Link 4 with, the indestructible effect, right? The masterpiece, aka Towers, Clifford Towers alike, unaffected by card effects. Effect if the field spell stays face up on the field, of course. Anyway, so, and that's what I like here about the Marincess Archetype, is that their Link monsters, a couple of them, have those effects that you can get back something from your graveyard. That's something I like. Resource management is definitely very important. Going for another totally awesome Again, wasn't able to search out the field spell, and that's still because the extra deck is still packed, it's so packed, and of course the maximum of only 15 cards. I'm only running one link search, the link 1, right, that searches the field spell. I'm only running it at 1 in my extra deck, but if I find the space, I might want to add in a second copy. Getting Ash Blossomed, that's huge. I mean, a lot of decks are weak against hand traps, but this deck, it's very hard to combat or, you know, have a follow-up play after a hand trap. And let's say, yeah, Call by the Grave is also huge against Marincess. Canadian, I believe the name is Book of Moons. The Glass Souffle does have a couple of follow-up plays, you know, with Hoot Cake, Messenger Lato, searching the field spell, that's fine. But now it doesn't look that great, although the normal summon of Ronin Totem is going to save me here. So flip over the Mystical Space Typhoon, Paleo Trap, getting rid of the face down set. Not in the end phase, again, wanted to wait my draw, but eventually go for Opabinia as well. That gets me, or at least that makes me, or gives me the opportunity or the ability to get rid of the field spell and upgrade to Link 2 into Link 3, getting back the Marincess Seahorse Ride to keep upgrading, going for the search for the field spell, and here I think I'm forced to burn through a Last Wind. I think that was needed to give me the extra monster and going for the Crystal Heart. Again, Crystal Heart makes it so that my monster here in my extra monsters on my Link 4 now, thanks to the field spell as well, is basically unaffected by any card effect. But yeah, the Kaijus are still very easy cards to get rid of that. I'm still live in the duel. Here I should not have used my Paleo monster effect right from the grave, since again I was so sure that my last wins or 2 copies were already burned here in my grave or banished, but that wasn't the case. It's not going to matter too much. Anyway, so normal summon one of the Marincess monsters, and yeah, you know, just use a standard place, reborn the Crystal Heart, and that makes it so I can instantly go for my Link 4 again. I sent my Link 4 back to the extra deck earlier, right? That was very important. That makes it so that I can again go for it during my turn. Again, battle, special summon one of the equipped Marincess, potentially use their effect, and then they'll just reattach themselves to the Link 4. But again, most importantly, thanks to the field spell and Crystal Heart that I was used to go for the Link summon of the Link 4, it's unaffected by any card effect. So now, does my opponent have any follow-up play? Yeah, he could have gone for game. There is definitely option to go for game, but as you know, again, just special summon yeah, one of the Marincess monsters attached to it, and then all battle damage will be, you know, put to 0, and then you have the potential monster effect during your opponent's turn as well with your rock, your Link 3 as well, you know, not being, or no battle damage, or not being able to destroy it, etc, etc. Long story short, I'm able to attack for a game. That's how it goes. So again, Blue Tang upon normal summon, getting the extra search, and now I do have a follow-up play with my level 1 monster, also one of the new monsters. It's currently at 1 in the deck, but I'm very close of adding in at least 1 extra copy because of this, right? Again, that standard 2-card combo leading into some extra protection with your field spell as well. So going for Crystal Heart as well, going for the Link 4, making sure that I can get something back, of course, the level 4 Blue Tang. Yeah, Blue Tang indeed, and then equip, yeah, up to 3, right? Giving the attack boost thanks to the field spell, and now my extra, what is my Link 4 monster in the extra monster zone is unaffected by monster effects. But nope, yeah, that's how easy it is, right? Okay, you have some card resources, or you put some card resources, yeah, resources indeed, into your Link 4, but that's how easy it is to get rid of it. Just get rid of the field spell, and of course, for Salamangreat, that's not that hard. Getting rid of the field spell and then use your Mirage Stelio to just bounce back the Link 4. Was able to get something back from my graveyard because the Link 2 was destroyed and sent to the graveyard. And the trap card here, the new one, Marincess Wave, I believe the name is quite crucial because of this. It makes it so that as soon as you have like a Link 3 or higher on your side of the field Marincess, you can use it directly from your hand, so like an evenly matched, but it's basically an impermanence. And on top of that, it makes your Link monsters, Marincess monsters, also unaffected by your opponent's card effects, and that could be important here in this case, or could have been good here in this case because of the Mirage Stelio. Anyway, so going second this time. Going second, the deck struggles, you know, because of Paleos, etc. You definitely want to go first because there are so many trap cards in your deck. Anyway, so I get Phoenix. Phoenix is, I guess, a decent move, but you know, just using Mystical Space Typhoon to pop the field spell, it makes his Oviraptor vulnerable by negation, I guess. He does use Pill, going for Pill, and going for Cortals, I believe the name is so, negating or potentially negating a spell or trap, but he does sacrifice the Ultimate Conductor type, you know. That's nice. That leads me to go for a Canadia, right? Put something face down. Boral Sword is not a threat. I just, you know, wanted to make sure that I survive, and now a simple normal summon of Blue Tang will just, you know, put like the pace in this duel in my favor. Excavate the top 3 cards, one of them being the level 1 Marincess. That's good, very solid, gives me the extra water monster on the field to go for the, you know, the link to Reborns, the Swap Frog, sends a Ronin to my graveyard, bounce back the Swap Frog back to my hand to fuel some Ronin Toadin shenanigans indeed. Going for Crystal Heart, eventually activate the field spell, of course, attach 3, going to the battle phase. Okay, Boral Sword will not get destroyed by battle, but most importantly, special summon back something to my side of the field, and the Solemn Strike is, of course, very important to prevent the Boral Sword from going for game, right? But still, I like this new archetype. I like the Marincess, they definitely have potential, but it's very easily stopped, and that's the problem. 2 very big problems for this deck. The normal summon is very crucial for this particular deck, the normal summon of your Marincess, and second, it's very weak to hand traps. So the quote-unquote protect your castle strategy, your helmet strategy, relying on your field spell, I don't really like it that much, since it's so easy to first of all get rid of the field spell, and then, you know, your link is just a sitting duck to get, you know, like destroyed or whatever, right? So, again, like always, feel free to leave suggestions for the builds, and yeah, thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.